Welcome, everyone. Thanks for DA.
Hey, Kevin.
I bet they are. Thank you, DA. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the center position. And for the Kings, Hield and Barnes are the 2 and the 3. Marvin Bagley is out there with Holmes. And it's Fox in at the point. Now here's Jackson. And Leonard gets it to go.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now here's George. Puts one up from 19. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size, being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
And here's Barnes for 3. Kings with the fresh shot clock. That's tipped. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Here's Fox. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. Hield with the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Whiteside's checked in for Rashad Holmes. Terrence Davis comes in for Marvin Bagley. Halliburton's checked in for Hield. And it's Wright in for De'Aaron Fox. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Zubac's the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Barnes left side. Back to Wright. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way.
And just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Nice shot by Rondo.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And so it's Los Angeles. Hold. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Kings, they got Whiteside. Harkless is out there with Terrence Davis. Then it's DeLon Wright, and it's Halliburton in at the shooting guard.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Davis, that's for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more. but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
The shot's good from Kennard.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Halliburton passes to Whiteside. Shoots over Zubac. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 12 points again in the basket from Hassan Whiteside. And Leonard has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. The second effort. Whiteside, good.
Well, Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7". Reach over the top, snatch that.
Whiteside against Leonard. Pass to Rondo. And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're shooting the ball. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends of the floor. It has some comparing him, but wait for it. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point.
And in the NBA, Rashawn Holmes had to wait for his opportunity, but he kept perspective, took nothing for granted, and just stayed positive and worked.
And sometimes as a player, GA, you got to take these little indicators that people still believe in you. Phone calls and team's interest, that helps. He's become a dangerous finisher, a shot blocker, and has shown some flashes in that jump shot.
Holmes, good.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a play.
Count it. Good. George has got 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Left side, Fox. Good ball movement here by the Kings. The 3 from Barnes. Here's Holmes. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Holmes got 4 this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
To the inside, Batum, and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
The 3 from Barnes. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Bagley kicks to Barnes. And the 3 ball is good. Barnes has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Kings. Outside Jackson lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound, Batum, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Let me know
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Clippers leading by 7. Barnes and Bagley, the duo with the forward. Fox is out there with Halliburton. And it's Holmes in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Batum passes to Morris. Good D by Barnes.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's the Clippers. Jackson up top, guarded by Fox. Tries again, and the layup by Jackson. Jackson's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Barnes outside. Takes the 3. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got 4 rebounds in this game, and Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
He's able to hit the second one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. Out left to the wing. Holmes kicks to Fox. Launches it. And he's good on the 3-ball.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
A nice shot by George.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Barnes. George with the ball. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player, an all-star caliber talent.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Do you want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one? Hield stepping up right now. Great sign for this young player.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson. At the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line, some good work.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're trailing by 7. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
Right, the pass to Medu. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. There's 14 seconds left in the game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 7. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the 4th. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Right. That's a two-pointer. No good off the back of the rim. Outside Jackson. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging